All right. Shalom, everyone. Giving all praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for he's worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah, to his glorious and holy name. Uh, as always, I'm going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So, I'm going to go into a real serious topic tonight called drama. And what do drama start from? It starts from the way somebody think and generally the way they speak. Them words that come out of their mouth, right? Everybody would agree with that, right? So we got to go into these words that's being said that cause drama. But we got to look at the scriptures and get some understanding on how we should be and the way we conduct ourselves so we're not offensive in the eyes of the Most High, which is most important, because His word is true. He said, go to Romans, the 3rd chapter, just to make it clear. Romans 3 and 3. It says, for what if some do not believe? Till they unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Because they don't believe in His word? Because most people don't know it, that haven't been taught. They don't know what we know. So it says, Most High forbid. He said, yeah, let the Most High be true. And the Most High going to be true according to what He had holy men write according to this word, this Bible. He said, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written. See what he says? As it is written. You see that? As it is written. Where is it written? In the Bible. That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, what you say, and might have overcome when thou art judged. You see? But you're going to be justified in your sayings according to what the scriptures say. And that's the way you think and speak and act to cause drama. So that's what it says. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar, as it is written. See? As it is written. So if you come in another way than as it is written, you become a liar easily. Because you're going to follow your emotions, your feelings, and things like that, makes that nature. Most I don't care nothing about that. You say, as it is written. Why? That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, in what you say. So you're going to think right, you're going to speak right, you're going to act right. But if not, you're going to think wrong, you're going to speak wrong, and you're going to act wrong. You're going to be justified in your sayings. To yourself, but not to the Most High. It might have overcome when thou art judged. You might overcome when you judge. Because you're going by what? As it is written in the scriptures. You see, and that's a problem what a lot of people have, because they don't know enough of these scriptures to be able to say, this is the way I should conduct myself. So first and foremost, this is the way I should think. Then this is the way I should speak. And then this is the way I should act. If not, then you're rolling on your own understanding. The way you think. And when you look at all the topics and lessons that's the Most High is giving out, where you say, well, let's go into this, you can go into it, then you know it have to be something that's been gone into to be able to bring it forth. All of us had to sit down and learn or study to learn to be able to bring it out. So you have a conscious mind of topics and subjects, but once the book is closed, it's almost like we all on the same page. Proverbs 10, 31 and 32. Proverbs the 10th chapter, take good notes. Because a lot of y'all cause drama out there. Where's it coming from? Your big mouth. So Proverbs 10, 31 and 32. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom. And wisdom is a proper application of knowledge, how you apply knowledge in your life. The mouth of the just What they saying, gonna bring forth wisdom. But the froward tongue shall be cut out. Woo! That's serious. He say the froward tongue shall be cut out. What's froward? Look at that word froward. A lot of people they think they could be how they want to be, act like they want to act, and don't even know how they acted is really, really off, I'll say, for a lesser word. Forward. Let's look up forward. Forward. It says, not easily controlled. Hear that? Not easily controlled. Can't tell them that. Willful. That's prideful. Contrary. Contrary to what is right. Listen to what it's saying. I mean, you got to look at it. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked, the mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. So people like this, they're going to be cut off. They're going to be cut out of what? The nation. When judgment comes. Understand, overstand this. I'm telling y'all, pay attention. Don't slack on this. Forward. It says, not easily controlled. Can't tell them nothing. They don't want to be told nothing. Don't tell me nothing. They'd rather be ignorant and dumb. And like the Most High said, a sottish child. He calls us all sottish children. Not easily controlled. Willful. Willful. Contrary. Hear that? Contrary. To being righteous. Now, don't get it twisted. Because let's go to Proverbs. Let's go over a few chapters before you get it. He already said about a froward tongue. Proverbs 8 and 13. Listen. The fear of the Most High is to hate evil. Hear that? So the fear of the Most High is to hate evil. Pride and arrogancy. Hear that? The fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy. So you said the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. Fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. So when you see us hating evil, hating prideful people, and the arrogant people, because the fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, which is contrary to being righteous in the eyes of the Most High as he gives us his instructions. The Bible is an instruction manual. Either you're going to follow it or you're not going to follow it. Listen, and not only those things, the froward mouth do I hate. That's the Most High said, I hate the willful, the prideful, those that you can't easily control, and showing them how to be righteous it is. Understand this. Evil come in and they really can go to that because they evil themselves. And evil attracts evil. Evil attracts the devil. So you're rolling with the devil, whether you want to accept it or not. But the Most High said he hates you to be froward. But he'll use you. He'll use the froward in a minute. He'll use anything to bring about his action. Don't you hear what he said? He hate him though. See what he used Esau. Esau is a sword. Esau is a sword. He use him, don't he? Don't he use a sword? Better ask somebody. Esau is sword. He used him. He was made for the day of evil. So when you see all the words and the things that they say that's evil, don't mean that he's loved. But he still used. Like, look, Proverbs 16 and 4. The Most High have made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. You see? So and we know Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So we know he's in his proper order. Being what? Evil. Because he made them for the day of evil. So our people have taken it to another level. And the point of the matter is we're supposed to be righteous. Going back to Proverbs 10 and 31, it says, the mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. He already said he hates you, so he said he's going to be cut out, that froward tongue. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable. Acceptable with who? You know what's acceptable with the Most High because you know what he says in his word. But the mouth of the wicked speaketh frowardness. You see how it all goes together? He said, Jacob have I loved in Romans 9:13, and Esau have I hated. He said he hate the evil, he hate the proud, hate the arrogancy, and all of you that's Israelites that's rolling like that, or any other nation, he hate you too. He said he made the wicked for the day of evil. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, because you know what's right from wrong according to the Bible, the Most High's word. But the mouth of the wicked speaketh frowardness. That's how you know somebody wicked. And it's, it's something when you want them to change. You see that because especially whenever, people coming in, they're coming from the world, you want them to change because of the things that you know. You don't want them to be cut out or cut off. Their tongue to be cut out of their mouth. Man, I better ask somebody. This is serious. Don't sound like a lot of love to me. Don't sound like a lot of love at all. Look, Proverbs 17:27. He that have knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. You see, you're gonna know when to speak. Sometimes, with all that you know, it's better to learn to listen, to find out what somebody else knows. With what you know, you have to say anything. But you know what you know. What you comparing what you're listening to? This word. And that's how you know a lot about a person. And people too. It's very important that you see this. Look, Proverbs 18:21. We dealing with drama. And it comes from that that big mouth that's trapping. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. You hear that? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Better watch out. I'm telling you. You that love, run your mouth, saying this and saying that, and being off. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You're going to cause the drama that you cause. It's going to be on you. What you going to do when it comes for you? Proverbs 13. A lot of wisdom in Proverbs. Proverbs 13. And 2. Proverbs 13:2. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. You hear that? A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. Knowing how to control yourself and operating in the spirit of the Most High's word. So you can eat good by the fruit of his mouth. But on the other hand, the soul of the transgressors, those that are sinners, shall eat violence. So he's going to bring violence upon you. And it's coming. Whether it came now, it's come now, or come later, it's coming. So don't think the Most High is just going to say everything is okay. You know? It's not okay. It's not okay, people. That's why we're going to these scriptures on this drama. What causes it mainly is somebody's big mouth. Not knowing when to be quiet or knowing when to speak. Verse 3. He that keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life. You hear that? Sometimes you keep your mouth, you be quiet, shut up. You can keep your life. Say the wrong thing. The way tension is now, you might get popped. Somebody might kill you. He that keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life. But he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. You gonna open your mouth wide and just that a third for your pride. Your pride can put you right in the hole. 6 feet under. That's what he's talking about. Well, you gotta know how to maneuver. That's what he's giving you, the directions, instructions. Can you hear him? Proverbs 27. Oh, this is gonna get really good. Proverbs 27. Verse 14, Proverbs 27 and 14. He that blesses his friend with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, hollering and screaming, it shall be counted a curse to him. You know what I mean? He's sleeping, somebody screaming and hollering. And you wake up with an attitude, ready to do some damage. It said a continual dropping in a very rainy day. It says, and a contentious woman are alike. Man, wow. A woman is always contending with you. You say a continual dropping. That's what they used in torture too. Put somebody on the gurney and just boop, 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 drop. Just drop it on them. Drop them drops on them. They use that in torture. That's like torture. A contentious woman, I like it said. Keep that in mind. It says, look at St. John 6 and 63. Drama, y'all. Drama. Want to avoid it much as possible. It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth. It's the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. You hear that? Our flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. And you can hear these words that he spoke to us throughout the scriptures and what you hear in here in these precepts. They are spirit and they are life. But if you roll it in the flesh, some of you might be offended. Before you even get past 5 minutes, you might be already offended. If so, hey, you got to take it up with the Most High. He got something for you. Just talk to him. Tell him, hey, I don't like that verse. I don't like that. You see, you put that in there. Tell him. Don't tell me, tell him. Because I'm just going by what he says. Listen, Ecclesiasticus 23 and 7 in the Apocrypha. Hear, all ye children, the discipline of the mouth. Hear that? Children, hear the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips. You see? When you know how to speak and when to speak. Sometimes, it's best to keep your mouth shut. But don't harbor grudges and ill feelings towards somebody. That's wrong too. Because really, in essence, you hurting yourself. You think you having this just ill feeling towards somebody. You hold it in, but you really hurting yourself. When the Bible tell you just how to deal with that. Just how we deal with that. You don't just hold on to that, because that can you're not supposed. That's against the law anyway. So you're not supposed to have no grudges against your brother. You love thy neighbor as thyself. So you walk around with going to bed with hating on somebody and knowing that you off really, because you're supposed to go to them and talk to them and iron it out. It's not that much that it's being done that you can't just talk to your brother, talk to your sister, work it all out. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 28 and 14. Ecclesiasticus 28 and 14. It says, a backbiting tongue have disquieted many. You know? A backbiting tongue has disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown the house of great men. Overthrown the house of great men. A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. A backbiting tongue, man. Running that mouth, man. Just saying the wrong things. Have a virtuous woman and drive her away. Good woman, laboring. You read about a virtuous woman in Proverbs, handling all the things that pertain to a virtuous woman. Could have made his life double. But backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women, and deprived them of their labors. Man. Whoso hearken unto it shall never find rest. When you are operating a backbiting tongue, you ain't gonna find no rest. And never dwell quietly. Never dwell quietly. You notice they always got some drama going on. They ain't gonna be quiet. Always thinking of some evil to bring forth. And it's sad because it's saying this person had a virtuous woman and drove her away. All her virtuous labors. Whoso hearken unto it, you hearken unto it, you fall into it, shall never find rest. You ain't gonna find no rest. And you ain't gonna find rest if you gotta deal with that. You can find no rest if you are a backbiting tongue with your forward self. And never dwell quietly. Can't dwell quietly. Always got some drama, some issues going on. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh. Stroke of the whip make marks in the flesh. But the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. You hear that? The stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. Man. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword. Many people have fallen by the edge of the sword in wars, in, somebody just killing someone. With them out of their sword is a gun, and swords before they had guns. But not so many as have fallen by the tongue. Not so many as have fallen by the tongue. The tongue is something else, y'all. Look at James, the 1st chapter, and the 26th verse. Imagine that. More people done died by the tongue than by the sword. That tongue is powerful. It's real powerful. James, the first chapter, and the 26th verse. James 1:26. If any man among you seem to be religious and bridleth not his tongue, don't know how to be quiet, but deceiveth his own heart, deceiveth his own mind, this man's religion is vain. It's vain, y'all. The way he think in the spirit is vain. Now, what we else know is vain. Ecclesiasticus 3:24. He don't know how to control his tongue. He don't know how to, and what you gonna call it? Drama. That's what I say. If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceives his own heart, deceives his own mind, the way he think first, like I said, come from the way you think. The heart is the mind, the way you think. This man's religion is vain. And what does he do? For a woman, Ecclesiastes 3:24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion. So the way you think is worthless. It don't matter how they think. And what happens? And an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. See, they allow Satan to come in, the devil to come in. It's already there because of the way they are anyway. Because you're deceiving his own mind. That's what Satan is. That's what his job is to do, to deceive you. No matter who he comes through, y'all don't even recognize him. Some of you don't. You realize that's Satan. That's the devil. He come. I remember when I was in Pastor, they came styling, smiling, and profiling. Happy as could be, smiling. Real culture and nice to everybody else except for us. Saying they represent the devil. They represent Satan. Ain't never heard anybody say that. They said they come to represent Satan. Just as nice as could be. You look at the word nice, you understand what I'm saying, but because that's how it was. Because when you look at how they came at us with evil, and the deceit was in his heart, in their mind, that's how people are. James, the 3rd chapter. We dealing with drama. We dealing with that big mouth, that tongue, your words. James 3:5. Even so, the tongue is a little member. It's a little member. The tongue is a little member in the mouth. Very little member, right? And boasts great things. It boasts great things. Great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. You see? That tongue could bring forth fire, man. It just said it breaketh the bones. More people that died from words than the sword. It said, even so, the tongue is a little member. Tongue is a very little member. We use it to speak, right? And boasts great things. Pride is, that's how you know somebody's prideful. What they saying? Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindle. How great a matter a little of these words can kindle. And the tongue is a fire. You know that? The tongue is a fire. A world of iniquity. Yeah? A world of iniquity. Wickedness. So is the tongue among our members. It's a little bitty thing in our mouth. But the tongue is a fire, is a world of iniquity, that it defileth the whole body. Hear that? Think about that. You could say something and it defileth the whole body. And set it on fire the course of nature. Hear that? Set up on fire the course of nature. And it's set on fire of hell. That's the ultimate judgment. To be set on fire of hell? Ooh. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do when it come for you? With your big mouth. What you gonna do then? They say you're set on fire for hell. That's serious. That's real serious, y'all. And some people don't even act like it's nothing. But your existence in this world, by you saying the wrong things, can bring hell upon you. That's what he's talking about. You can bring hell upon you, upon yourself. Whether you recognize it or not, he's telling you. Hear the word of the Most High. Verse 8. But the tongue can no man tame. Hear that? Can't nobody tame the tongue. You can't tell me what to do. I got my pride. But the tongue, and it gets serious and serious as the generations come about on this earth. Well, these generations are very, very prideful. And you men, you young men, you got that effeminate spirit. You're acting like a woman. And women be acting like you supposed to be feeling like they feel. As a man, you ain't gonna feel like a woman. You ain't supposed to. You're supposed to be a man. Man up. They all emotional. You ain't emotional with the same emotions they have. There's something wrong with you. Better learn how to come to this truth and become a real man. That's a lot of problems that we have, y'all. You know, I've seen it. Men strong as ever, but weak. Weak to the way this world would have you to be. Straight up. And it's a feminine vibration on this world and on the men and boys, and a masculine vibration on the women and the girls. But you don't teach them right and treat them right. You soft on those boys. You gotta be. Man, look, because they're already trying to feminize all the men and boys and make the women masculine. Look, that's what it's saying. Verse 8, but the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil. You hear that? Unruly evil. Full of deadly poison. Like a poisonous snake. Like a snake. I seen a picture where a woman had her mouth open. It could have been a man too. I don't know. Could have been, who knows? It looked like a woman, but it could have been a man. Had a snake coming out of his mouth. Open up, venom coming out. Yeah. That tongue, them words is something else. Look at verse 14. It says, but if ye have bitter envyings and strife in your hearts, always looking to bring forth some type of argument or some type of strife. A lot of people have strife in their heart because they're not really satisfied with themselves. See, the scriptures say, love thy neighbor as thyself. So when you start with self and look at how you really feel about yourself, then you can treat other people, as you like you to be treated as yourself. Start with yourself first. So when you see people not satisfied and they always gripe, they always have this problem, that problem, this problem against you, it's because they're not satisfied with themselves. But if they have bitter envying, what you envying somebody for? I don't understand that. What you envying someone for? And strife in your hearts? All the time having strife in your minds? Glory not. Don't be glorying, thinking you all that. He says, and lie not against the truth. Lie not against the truth. Don't lie against the Most High and the Mashiach Shai in His word, in His laws. Israelite, it says, This wisdom descendeth not from above. This wisdom that you have don't ascend from above. And don't say the Most High and the Mashiach. Don't put them in it. But it's earthly, which means it's fleshly. You're dealing with your emotions. Sensual. Always got to bring that sexual part into it. And devilish. Hear that? And devilish. You rolling with the devil. That's what he's saying. Can't be no clearer than that. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. He's supposed to be doing that. I can't understand why nobody envy anybody. I ain't never understood that one. But our people, they ain't got nothing, and somebody else don't have nothing, and they still envy somebody. And neither one of them have anything. What you envying somebody for? Oh, I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you walk. I don't like what you had on. This, that, the third, whatever, stupid stuff. Drama. Most I ain't rolling with you. Too much pride. And he hate a poor man that's prideful. And a poor woman that's prideful. What you got to be prideful for real? For real. When you compare the riches that has been made and people have in this earth, what reason do you have to be prideful? Huh? Somebody look better than you. Bet you that. Somebody got more than you have. Doing much better. That's why I say, yeah, the poor man that's prideful. Get Philippians 4:13. He said, I can do all things through a Mashiach Yahushua which strengtheneth me. See? But, he said, in St. John 14:15, if you love me, do what? Keep my commandments. Do what I say. You hear what he's saying? He say, I and my Father are one. He ain't disagreeing with the Most High. Because we was in Proverbs, that's the Old Testament. He said, hey, he the word of the Most High. That was the word of the Most High. He's the word of the Most High. Are you going to follow it or not follow it? You going to do what's right or do what's wrong? Better hear it. Understand, overstand. This is very important because we as a people, we have disappointed the Most High in a real way. And a lot of times it starts with our mouth. The things that we've been programmed to feel and being let loose on a large plantation. But anytime they can pull you back into that, and we feel it ever so often, like a woman in travail, the Most High said, when you see us being murdered, and the verdict is not guilty. And it's written in Zechariah 11:5. Then we feel death. Everybody feel it. Then they go back to being the drama king, being the drama queen, like it never happened. Ain't no change. You got to change, people. You have to change. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Go to Mark 11:22. Mark 11:22. We got to bring spiritual side into it because, you know, enough is enough. So Mark 11:22-26. Listen. And the Mashiach answering said unto them, have faith in the Most High. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So he's telling you something to do. He said, have faith in the Most High. What is faith? Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. That's something that you desire in the future. The evidence of things not seen. Hear that? Something you hope for, the evidence of things not seen. That's faith. So now he's telling you in Mark 11:22, Mashal answering said unto them, have faith in the Most High. For verily, truly I say unto you, that whosoever shall say, that's coming from your mouth, you got to say this, unto this mountain, or whatever trouble you having, be thou removed, be removed. Get away from me. Get away from me. Trouble. Whatever it is. And be thou cast into the sea. He's using an analogy of a mountain being cast into the sea. And shall not doubt in his heart. So therefore, he telling you, you cannot disbelieve your faith in the Most High. Because when you doubt, you are telling the Most High, I do not believe in you. I do not trust you. I do not have faith in you. But I got more faith in myself. Because I'm feeling that I should doubt you. He just said, he said, I can do all things through Mashiach Yahushua. Going to the Most High on our behalf, and the Most High bringing forth whatever it is we desire. That's why you listen to what he said. And be thou cast into the sea, whatever problems it is, get on out there in the sea. And the sea covers more of this earth than land. Somewhere in the sea, right? And shall not doubt in his heart, not doubt in your mind, but shall believe. Have faith in the Most High, that those things which he says, not what you think, but what you say, what comes out of your mouth, shall come to pass. He shall have whatsoever he saith. That's why you listen. Listening is not the responsibility. If you listen very well, you can listen to people and they be talking. And I like to ask them, have you prayed on it? So if you prayed on it, and they coming at you with the things they prayed on with this doubt, they don't believe in the Most High, no faith in the Most High. You believe in the Most High, you done prayed, and you even given a chance to answer. That's why he said, you're going to have whatever you say. So if you talking negative against the things that you want to be positive, how can it be positive when you talking negative? And you power yourself. You say, we are gods. We are the children of the Most High. Little G's, you see. We got powers. That's what he's telling you here. This is power right here. Therefore I say unto you, verse 24, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them. Not you're going to receive it, believe that you receive them. And ye shall have them. Therefore, you got to say, you pray that this was going to happen. You start saying, this was going to happen. How does that sound to you? You praying for something, you say, this was going to happen. Because you prayed on it. But if you doubt, you're going to have whatever you say. Yeah, I need this $100, Most High. Then you come to your friend, oh, man, I ain't gonna never get no $100. Shoot, what you ask the Most High for? You gonna have what you say. I ain't gonna get never have no. You gonna never have $100. He ain't bring you no $100. Why should he? You just told him I don't believe in you. First thing you said was what? Have faith in the Most High. But you just canceled out your faith, your belief in him, by saying the things that are opposite of what you prayed for. Listen, that's not only going to give you another scenario of what works and what doesn't work. And when you stand praying, forgive. Uh-oh. I know that hit hard. Because some people, they holding grudges. People that had grudges for so long, it's unbelievable. Grudges. People hold grudges. When you stand praying, forgive. If you have a problem against any. You got a problem, you got to let it go. Anything, you got to let it go. Odd against any. Anything, let it go. That your Father also, which is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses. That's a condition. You want your prayers to be answered, but you sit around here with all this grudging and hatefulness within your spirit and never forgiving. Therefore, how your prayer going to be answered? This is a condition. You going to the Most High with all these problems, this ought that you have with your brother, with your sisters, with your children, whoever, friends, associates, something happen, you gotta let it go. But condition: if you do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses. So if he ain't forgive your trespasses, what do you think? He gonna answer what you saying? Why you don't answer my prayers? Because you sit around with a terrible spirit. Ain't no joy. I mean, Mashiach Rashad told us, pray that the Most High, through what Mashiach Rashad, can give you this. For real, because so many people don't have it and don't even understand. John 14:27, he said, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. He said, not as the world giveth. You can't look for anyone in the world to give you this special peace that he's talking about here. And so people don't have it. Give I unto you. This is what he said. Let not your heart be troubled. Don't let your mind be troubled. Don't be troubled about nothing. Neither let it be afraid. Because most of them don't give us a spirit of fear. He said, hey, my peace I'm going to give you. That's a special peace, y'all. When you find that peace, you'll see that there's nothing like it. You can always go back to it. When you need it, you can go to it. See, how can you feel like that? How can you take what the Most High said cheerfully? With all this going on, all this is happening. He told us. He said he'll give you that peace. And he told you also in Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, verse 4, he said, whatsoever, in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, the 4th, he said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. When you have that peace, you can take it cheerfully. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So you gotta be patient. Patience brings virtue. Just gotta be patient. That deal with time. Everything is not expedient. Look at Hosea 4:6. Hosea 4:6. We're dealing with drama, and we're dealing with solutions too. You know, I gotta bring solutions, and I can't just deal with beating you down and don't bring no solutions. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know? He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. For lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. See, you hear a lot, been given a lot, but where is your mind at in learning how to apply this in your life? He said, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. You ain't gonna be no minister to the Most High, bringing forth his word. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. This is definitely talking to these pork-chop-eating preachers out there. Because they saying we not under the law. So he let you know they no ministers of his. Seeing that they have forgotten the law of the Most High, I will also forget thy children. So how the children gonna know this truth when they following them? That's why he said, I'm gonna forget your children. He said, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. As we increased in number, we sinned against the Most High. I mean, we broke his laws. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. That's our women, men. We change our glory into sin. And you can see that right now. How they conduct themselves. Morals are leaving this earth. You say have morals, high morals. And it went across the neighborhood. Now it's like just wicked. Go to Ecclesiastes, the fifth chapter. Ecclesiastes, the fifth chapter, verse 5. Ecclesiastes, fifth chapter, verse 5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow, don't make no vow, than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. So it's better for you not to vow, and then the vow, I'm going to do something, and then you don't do it. Because remember, the eyes of the Most High are upon all that we do. So it's better not to vow than to vow something and you don't do it. So make sure you're sure about what it is that you vow. Because you don't pay it, there's a penalty. That's what he's saying. Say, suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. See, don't cause your mouth to cause your flesh to sin. Don't say something that you know you can say things and it's sin. Don't let your mouth cause your flesh to sin. Neither say thou before the angel, y'all hear that? Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Ain't no excuses. Don't that cancel all the excuse? Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. I made a mistake. Wherefore should the Most High be angry at thy voice? Y'all seen that before? He said, don't be saying these things before the angels. Say, should the Most High be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands? You work and try to accomplish something, and you never can accomplish it. And the Most High be angry with your voice. He gonna hear your voice when you pray. And you pray, the Most High angry with hearing from you. And that's man, Hebrews 10, 20, 31 says, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. The Most High. You know what it said? Neither say thou before the angel. Before the angel, y'all. That it was an error. I made a mistake. If people think, isn't this contrary to a lot of the way you've been taught? All you do is just say, forgive me, and it's going to be okay. Repent. You just say, repent.